Hello everyone, hello. It's the 13th of the month. It's your, well, I was going to say it's your boys, but I think some other show has that kind of already.
Some other show.
Yeah, some other show that we love.
We
that we
love
absolutely
a lot
love.
and we always quote.
We always draw comparisons too because we're shameless. Speaking of shameless, Carl, do you want to get a plug for potential sponsors out of the way first?
Yes, yeah. I just opened a new can. So cheers guys. Cheers.
I like how we always do stuff like this before we ever introduce ourselves on these episodes.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Wayne. I'm the writer for Ghost Maps. This handsome gentleman next to me drinking beer is
Kyle, and I am the EP behind Ghost Maps. Sorry, a bit slow.
Yes. he's just opened one can, by the way. Welcome to another episode of Dead Air. This is just water. It's not vodka, just in case anybody's wondering. We were actually supposed to have the director, Tony Kern, joining us for this episode, but it was it's unfortunately he couldn't make it for this episode. We do hope that we'll get him back for future episodes. Mm-hmm. But since it's the month for Halloween, it falls at the end of this month, we figured let's take a chance on this episode to talk about some of our favorite urban legends. Urban legends. Apparently this is an ASMR episode for urban legends. We wanted to talk about these stories that some of them feature ghosts, some of them don't, but they sort of take a life on their own, and suddenly your friend's friend or your friend's friend's friend was the person who was in the story, or they knew the person, or their cousin's brother's dog was in that story, or something along those lines. We do love a good urban legend, and quite frankly, the stories that we receive for Ghost Maps, they kind of follow that similar sort of feel to them as well. But urban legends kind of take a life of their own. So where it's going to be a very casual session. Because we're always so serious in all these episodes of Dead Air.
Every session is like super cash.
I don't know what you're talking about, Cal. I am very serious in all our episodes of Dead Air. You can tell by my serious face. This is my serious face.
Yeah. So
serious face, right?
Just just looking at some comments. Hello, Lost in Malaysia.
Hey, Lost in Malaysia.
I'm not sure what Streamlabs, but we are using StreamYard if that's what you're wondering.
Apparently there's a way to test the sound system for StreamYard, and it's some jingle that Carl played for me just now, and I can't get it out of my head now. So if I start humming in the middle of the episode, it's his fault.
Man, the music is nice.
I know.
Hi, Avnish.
Hi, Avnish.
Thanks for joining us. Yep.
Hello, guys. So we're going to get started, but please, it's the Urban Legends episode, so please share your favorite Urban Legends episode. But Carl and I we have our own favorite, and it's a favorite that we both love terribly. I say love, but people die in it, so maybe it's not love is not the right word. I'm sure some of you would know of this highway, especially those of you who, our fans from Malaysia and Singapore and around this region. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, somebody please correct me. But the Karak Highway, its full name is the Kuala Lumpur Karak Highway, the KLK Highway, I believe. And it has quite its fair share of urban legends that I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, fair share of urban legends that surround it. But we have one in particular that's a favorite. Carl, do you want to talk about this particular legend? Yeah.
Okay, so we all know it, but just to be sort of accurate, I'm quoting an article from Says. So the legend goes, I think this was like the 1980s. So these two this family, like a mother, father, and a young baby, is traveling through the Karak Highway, and they know that this is a lonely stretch, of road without much light, and then suddenly their car breaks down. And the father is quite surprised because he just got the car serviced, and they waited in the car for a while to wait for any good Samaritan, to stop and help them, but nobody came lah. So the husband said to the wife, just stay in the car, lock the car I'm gonna go out and try to find someone to service the car so that we can, go home safely. And this was really late into the night already. And then some versions of this story where they told, because they are a Muslim family, so told the wife to play the Holy Quran verse while she's in the car alone with the baby. So he left, and like 1 or 2 hours passed, he didn't come back, right? And she heard noises on top of the car, like shaking and noises, scratching. She was scared, but she had some protection because she was inside the car. Then after a while, the police show up. So the police parked right beside the car, across from the road on the other side. It's a 2-lane road, right? And then with megaphones, they told the lady to slowly step out of the car and approach them, but warned her not to look back at the car. But humans, right? Naturally, we are very, very curious creatures. So halfway towards the police, she turned back and she could see Miss P devouring her husband. And I guess what's left of the husband. And this is a very, very famous urban legend story, and it's depicted in the 2011 film called Kara, which personally I've watched actually. I just rewatched the film last year. So yeah, it's very fresh. Yeah.
I have to say, you said you were going to read from the article, but then when you started, this article's on says.com, and it's a very wonderful article about all the urban legends surrounding Karak Highway. But then when he started telling his own version of it, and it's so dramatic. And I love it.
Guys.
No. It's
horror storyteller.
Exactly. I love your take on it as well. So it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so Carl said this was like the 1980s, which kind of does track, I suppose. Look, this story couldn't have happened before. What was it like? I put it down here. I think it's 1976 to 1979 or something. That was I might not have put it in there. That was when the Karak Highway was under construction. So it obviously couldn't have happened before like the mid to late 70s. But I've heard this story over and over again since I was a kid. Like probably, I think the first time I probably heard it, I was like 12 or something like that. And like at the time I heard it, it was the way it was told to me is like, oh, this happened recently.
Yep.
I mean, the person who was telling me wasn't giving me like a timeline. Yes, on this day and this hour. But yeah, it was the version I heard was that they broke down in a tunnel.
Yeah.
And if I recall, I wasn't told specifically which highway it was. The rest of the details are similar. So there was Miss P devouring the husband on top of the car. I couldn't remember whether he had gone out for help. Now that I'm saying it, I can't remember the version that I remember. The version I remember was he got out of the car, he popped the hood of the car. So the wife was inside the car and she can't see beyond the hood. So the hood's blocking everything. She's in the back seat.
Oh, yeah.
See?
I remember this version.
So he doesn't go to help. He doesn't go look for help. He pops the hood of the car and then silence and everything. And the rest of the story continues on. And then, the cops show up and, they tell her to get out. Everything's the same. And then suddenly he's on top of the car. So that's the version. That's the version I heard. And the version I heard was like 90s, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not young. So, yeah.
Right.
So that was the way I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder how it got started.
Yeah, I wanted to, I guess, like, the intersection of where the highway is located is very near another famously haunted place, Genting Highlands. For our non-Singaporean or Malaysian friends, Genting Highlands is also a very paranormal, active place. There's rumors lah. Okay, please don't sue us. Rumors of the casinos on the mountain itself being there's black magic done lah, so that one who visits the the casino will always lose, and there's spirits there. Then there's a lot of suicides. So that place itself is negative. And then just right underneath, Genting Highlands, there's the Karak Highway. The tunnels lead to the Genting Highlands. So I guess it's all connected in some sense. If we dig further, I'm presuming that if we dig further, there could be some, I don't know, like maybe some ancient burial grounds. I'm talking about like 1700s, 1600s. It could be. Maybe that's why there's this negative energy towards that location itself.
Yeah, because like before this episode, I was looking up not just Karak Highway, but like just the history of highways in Malaysia and everything. And I figured like, oh, okay, maybe Karak is the oldest highway. It's not even the oldest highway. It's like the fourth oldest highway. And if you think about it, relatively speaking, if it was built like 1976 to 1979, it's not like it's ancient highways. No, it's like, I mean, okay lah, relatively speaking, it might be ancient lah, but to me it's like, oh yeah, it's just a few years before I was born. Again, aging myself so much. But yeah, so it, and so quick. I mean, this goes back to like, I mean, not to go back to familiar lines that we always say in episodes of Dead Air, but like it goes back to how ghost maps really started, where we talk about like how this oral tradition of telling ghost stories was much more, or we felt was much more vibrant in the past, and sort of started petering out, and that's why we created ghost maps. But like, I mean, look at it. This was created in like this highway was built in 1976 and 1979, and let's just say, let's say that the story started around the mid 80s, for example.
Right.
That's 10 years. Within 10 years, you suddenly have all these urban legends about a highway suddenly just popping out like that.
Yeah.
And like, we'll get into it, and there's more urban legends on this place, but this one is absolutely our favorite.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Not just in terms of like, Karak Highway, but like when I think about Southeast Asian urban legends, if you say to me urban legend, and I mean, yes, we've all got ghost stories and everything, but specifically urban legend, where an urban legend is something that's just ridiculously popular. It goes beyond just ghost story. It's, like I said, friend of a friend of a friend knew this person. This is the one that comes to my mind immediately.
Yeah. So for those who are just joining,
yes,
we're actually talking about our favorite urban legends, and you could share with us your favorite urban legends. Doesn't have to be Singapore or Malaysia, Southeast Asia. In fact, even beyond Southeast Asia, for friends that are not from Southeast Asia. Let's just say hi to some of them.
Yes.
I really like his name. Hypnokia 6,600.
No. See, I see what he's doing. HP Nokia.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're hitting me right here, man.
Nice.
Hey, Nokia when I was a kid.
Hello, Chio Sebastian.
I'm sure you are Chio. That's not even how it's spelled, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Jolene. Yeah.
Oh, Dennis. I see Dennis there.
Hi, Dennis. Nice to see you as usual. Yep.
Hey, man.
Lost in Malaysia. We have heard about it. We're just gonna talk about it. The missing schoolboy of Karak Highway.
Yeah.
The one of the reasons that why Wayne and I we love the urban legend of Karak Highway is because there's so much to it.
Yeah.
Right? There's the mysterious yellow Vorswagen.
Yeah.
Like of all cars, Vorswagen.
Wait.
Right?
Okay, wait. Chop. Before we talk about all those different ones, like let's stick to our Miss P on the hood on the roof of the car. Like, okay, we go back to the whole like the wife hears the sounds on the roof and everything, and I just rewatched this movie fairly recently. I haven't seen it since literally the late 90s. There was that movie called Urban Legend with a very young, weird-looking Jared Leto. Not weird-looking, he was actually quite handsome in that one. And like a few other people who seemed somewhat familiar. And like there was a serial killer going around that was killing people in ways that resemble urban legends. And and that's the thing. It's a Western urban legend about this couple. They go to the woods, to be romantic. And then the guy goes out to pee or whatever it is. And then the girl hears this scraping sound on the roof of the car, like, and she gets out and she finds the guy has been like hung from the tree branch or something above the car, and it's his toes scraping against the car trying to gain some leverage so that he's not like hung and everything. And that's the thing, like, you know, we look at our Karak Highway one and it's got elements of that as well. And like, I don't know when the whole, like, you know, hung above a car urban legend started, but I don't know when the Karak Highway one started as well. For all we know, that legend might have been around since before Karak Highway and might have been about like other highways as well. I don't know. But yeah.
I would say Karak ones is a lot more unique because there's
definitely.
a couple of elements, right? I think it won't be as synonymous like for the rest. I mean, I've seen Urban Legend, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty old film.
You're hurting me, Kyle, calling it an old film. You're hurting me.
90s what?
You're hurting me, Kyle.
So that scene was quite scary because I would have thought that, you know, the scene was probably like a monster scratching at the car, right? And then you see a man's leg like hanging from a tree and that was pretty creepy. But the Karak Highway one, it had 3 elements in particular. I'm talking about let's just say like a film depiction, right? Karak's one, it had the you know, the holy prayers that's playing in the radio, with a little bit of static, and it had scratching noises on top of the car, and it had the crying baby. That in and of itself is terrifying because you have so many elements going on. And if it was a true story, I cannot imagine like what the mom is going through, right? And then after that, she sees the husband being devoured.
See, okay, that element for me is my favorite element. That one where, you know, she's told by the cops, just don't turn around. Don't, whatever you do not turn around. And then she steps out and then she like eventually she turns around and she's like,
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite element of all. I remember, okay, the version, like how I was saying, the version had the hood up, right?
Yeah.
And the husband was supposedly like trying to fix the car. The version I heard was she didn't turn around until I think she got into the police car and they were driving and she was like, but what about my husband? And then as they drive past the front of the car, she sees that he's not there anymore, and that's when she turns around, and that's when she sees Miss P.
That would be more logical, right?
I mean, you know, I don't think Miss P is worried too much about the logic of this. She's like, nope, I'll find a way to kill him.
But to be honest, right, logically, if you were to think from it from a logical point of view, if I exit the car and my husband is missing and the hood is up, naturally the first thing that I'll do, I'll turn. Where's my husband? Then I'll see, you know, like, so either way, I mean, it's an urban legend, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that is the creepiest part because there's no confirmation whether it happened or not, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows it. Like every one of my Malaysian friends, they know the story. It's like, and I mean, sometimes I poke fun and then when I'm visiting, right? I told them, hey, let's go Karak. Go it's okay on. You know, it's just a highway, man. Just look, let's go. They're like, no, I'm not going there.
It's so nice to know that you do this to other people, not just me.
Yeah. I do this to everyone.
Oh, that's actually somewhat comforting.
Yeah. So and one more thing that I feel that it was creepy is that the 2 police officers, depending on the version of that story, right?
Yeah.
They are either holding one of them is actually armed, holding the pistol pointing towards Miss P, and the other one is on the megaphone. And they are not firing because logically, right? You know, being a Malaysian in Karak Highway, you know lah, right? And that guy's a lost cause he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Even firing it, like, you're not gonna do anything lah. Probably would, like, you know, hurt it just a little bit, just injure it by a little bit But I doubt that you can stop it from doing anything. So they know that my pistol is probably useless.
I like how he's still in that version, still pointing the gun anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to picture what his face must have looked like when he pointed the gun at Miss P and just like, I mean, whatever at this point. But yeah, I love the urban legend so much. And you're right. Like, you know, the more Western one where it's just a guy hanging over the car. Like, yes, it's terrifying and creepy in its own way, but like, it's all those extra things like Miss P, For me, another element is definitely the cop car showing up and just telling the wife and the kid get out.
Yeah. Just get out, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question to everyone that's watching us. We're talking about urban legends. Today we're talking about Karak Highway, our favorite. What would you do if you were in the policeman's situation? You and your partner are patrolling and then you see what is happening and your partner is like telling the lady, get out of the car, don't turn back. Would you draw your pistol? Would you fire at Miss P? Or would you just like not even draw your pistol? I'm gonna say my answer. As much as I think you guys think that I'm the brave one, I will probably not do anything. And if I'm religious, I'll start like reciting religious prayer. That's my answer to protect myself.
I want to play to the stereotype of me being the cowardly one on the show,
Right?
and say that I wouldn't even stop the car. But
what if you weren't the guy who's driving?
No, but okay, no. Let's just say I was the one who's driving. In actuality, and I'm like, this is not to do role reversal here, where suddenly win. No, I will stop the car if I see the woman and the kid in there. Like if there's a kid in there, I'm like, oh god, no.
Yep.
I'm not pointing the gun at that thing.
Yeah, and right?
No,
Right.
hell no. I'm not pointing my gun at Miss P.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, and it's not even a case of like, I'm going to be the brave one or I'm going to be the cowardly one or anything like that. It's like, why would you want to antagonize her even more?
Exactly. Like, it's like, I mean, I'm sorry to compare Miss P to a lioness, but if you see the lioness getting its prey, would you want to go and poke the lioness with a stick? Hell no.
I mean, I wouldn't even make any loud noises.
Yeah, I'll just back off, right?
I'll back off and then like, miss.
Obviously, we'll make terrible cops.
We would. From the sound of things, probably not great ghost hunters either. No, but like, even because like one of them using the megaphone to get her to come out, right? I just wind down the window and go, excuse me. Hi, could you just come out? Come. Faster.
Yeah, so, okay, let's see. Nokia 660 says that use a water gun full of holy water to shoot the ghost. That would only work if, let's say, the rules of engagement apply where the spirit is from that religion. If you spray holy water that's Christian or Catholic, right? But Miss P, what if no kick, eh?
Wait. I was literally thinking this while I was talking about it.
Yeah.
When I said don't pull a gun on her.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of pulling a gun? Nail gun. Nail gun.
Yeah, guys.
For Miss P.
So if you guys are carpenters or like mechanics, nail guns.
Nail gun.
Very good.
Yes.
Lost in Malaysia says that he will take his holy book and stay still. See, that is, if I'm religious, that is exactly what I would do.
I mean, let's be honest here. If you saw Miss P on the roof of a car, at that point in time, it doesn't really matter what your beliefs are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of, that cements it for you right there.
Mina says that she probably pray.
I think we all would pray.
Yeah, we all would pray.
I think we all would.
Not religious, but I'll pray.
Oh, yeah.
Edwin says that he would not take out the pistol.
Smart man.
Very smart man.
Smart
you will
man.
leave an. I'm waiting for that one guy who say, I will shoot. I will shoot at. Yeah. She said, but we also got to get the lady in the car to say this. So if there's like two of us, one prays while I try to draw the lady towards me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hang on. Before we go, no. Let's follow this train of thought here.
Right.
Let's say you and I are cops.
Okay.
And our beat, for some reason, just because we're very unlucky, is up and down Karak Highway. Let's say we came across this situation. All right?
Yep.
So you and I are in a car now.
Mm.
Right across from us now, there's another car.
Yep.
In the car is a woman with a baby.
Yep.
Wondering where is my husband? And above the car is her husband.
Wait. Who's driving? You or me?
Okay. Wait. Let's say it's you. Okay. Just so that in this scenario, there's no doubt that we stop the car.
Right.
Okay. So you're driving, so you stop the car.
All right.
My first words to you are, "What the hell are you doing?" And then you go, "Got woman and baby lah." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
all right, fine. You make a very good point." Which one of us is the one praying, and which one of us gets the woman out of the car?
Damn it.
Logically speaking, you should be the one praying. I feel like your prayers would hold more weight than mine. I say logically speaking, there's no logic behind what I just said, Zola.
Okay, I would say that I know enough
Yes.
and I've seen enough
Correct.
to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay? But whether if we are both religious, no, we are both not.
No, but you...
So,
Okay, you've seen enough where I believe that,
I will kind of know what to do. Right, fair enough. But the logical thing is that I wouldn't even stop the car. I would say, look, Wayne. Then I will speed up. I will stop across from the road. I'll call for backup.
Damn, that's a good answer.
Right?
That's a good answer.
But if what happens if he makes the radio static?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then I'll drive off. I'll be like, sorry, man. I'm a coward. I'll drive off. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say we're not cowards.
Yep.
And we're there. And one of us has to go get the woman.
I'll go lah. I'll go. Yeah, I think I will go.
Bless you.
I will take your gun and I'll bring both. I'll cowboy that shit.
You got 2 guns.
Well, at least better than one, right? And this is the 1990s. It's revolver.
Okay, hang on.
Single chamber action.
Hang on. Guys, we'll get back to this in a second. 2 guns. 1 gun already not going to be much help. Why are you carrying 2 guns?
One for me, one for her.
For her to shoot you.
No, to shoot her doesn't work. I shoot myself.
Hello. Gun got more than 1 bullet, no.
No, it's a revolver. 1990s issued is revolver, so you shoot, you have the clock.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, you have to cock the hammer. So, yeah. So there's some logic to it. Because I don't want to be eaten by it.
See, because you said you're gonna cowboy that shit.
Yeah.
So my mental image right now.
Yeah, they go, bah, 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 bah.
No, not even that. Not even that. Okay, it's not you're not the action hero in a John Woo movie down here. No, doves aren't gonna fly past you as you're attacking Miss P. In my head right now, from my point of view,
Right.
I'm in the car,
Yeah.
and I'm watching you run to the other car, yelling out, "Woo! Bang, bang, bang!" firing the gun there.
No. Yeah, so it's just an expression, right?
Yes.
I'll bring the gun. I'll yell to the lady, "Get out of the car! Get out of the car! You're under arrest." I'll trick her. I will not even tell her not to look. I will say, "You're under arrest. Come out. Your car is parked in the wrong position." I mean, it's the 90s. People trust police lah, right? They're scared of police. Generally, even not in the 90s, even now you're scared of police. Where the police like, "Hey, get out of the car. This is not America, you know. This is Asia." So you're okay. Hey, point the gun at the person. Come towards me. Then after she come, right? Then after I put her this side, then we fucking drive off.
Risky,
Dude,
risky.
stepping out of the car, stopping the car itself is a risky move. So you get out of the car, it's already risky. That's why I get 2 guns. 1 bullet for me, 1 bullet for her. End of story, man.
If y'all are wondering, right, if y'all didn't get the impression before, right, this is literally the kind of conversations we have all the time.
Yeah.
It's just that it just so happens that today we're on camera.
Even Miss P will be confused. I was like, these 2 guys are crazy, man.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should stand outside the car and have this conversation in front of her, and then Miss P is like, "Yeah, no."
Hell no. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So Nokia says that he will ask the ghost to come down and tell him or her to start from the beginning.
Well, HP Nokia 6600 clearly is a fan of Ghost Maps. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Sebastian says that we'll be too frozen to even pray. Wow. Yeah. Actually, you know, like, I mean, I've shared quite a bit of my experiences on Dead Air and on other podcasts, right? The most recent one on Ghost Talk.
Yeah.
This Malaysian Chinese horror podcast. I appear as a guest. I've seen entities, but not to that detail. Like, not like right in your face and talking to you. Or like, if it's that, right, I'll probably be quite scared. I'll run away. But if it's Miss P, with the long fingernails, the bloody man, yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I can take it.
Quite honestly, if I met a woman with really long hair down the front of her face, that would be enough to freak me out. Let's not even say the actual Miss P. Like, if I turn the corner, if I'm walking down the street and I came across not even a woman, it could be a guy with long hair and just happened to be across his face, I'll be like, "Ugh."
What if she's a really nice lady?
Miss P?
No. That girl with a long hair and she donates blood.
I mean, I'm hoping the blood doesn't spill all over her white dress.
Oh man.
Yeah, because that's not helping her at all.
Oh, hi Mehan.
Hi, man.
So she says that the only options are to run away or run away faster. Yep.
See? The realistic answer.
Is exactly
The
is
realistic answer.
Very realistic. So yeah, I'm sure Mehan can run very fast.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. If either of us were partners with Mehan and we were the cops,
I think we'll die.
we'd be dead.
We'll be dead, yeah.
Mehan would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Let's be honest here. Two of us and pretty much anybody else who's slightly healthy, we'd probably die.
So hi Gil Chong.
Hey,
yeah,
Gil.
pray Miss P don't turn around while getting the lady to safety. Cause the guy already dead, so have to save the lady in the house. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I thought of was to reason with her. Then I realized what she eats.
We're talking about Miss P, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's like, look, people have a kid lah. Then she's like, kid? Upper kid.
You're like, look, people have a kid. Then she's like, yeah, that's the main course.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Mina says nail gun will only work if you could execute a headshot.
Oh,
Not a headshot, neck.
Oh man, that makes it even more difficult because you have to get her in the back of the neck.
Man.
Not just like a neck shot, which is really
Dude,
tough.
like, yeah, it's probably not. Yeah.
No.
Edwin says that look at me, just walk towards me. By the way, the man in blue petrol should have an SOP or a Miss P kit in the petrol car. What's a Miss P kit? What, like nails?
I guess.
Nobody is paid that much to go and like insert a nail on the back of. You know how close you have to get to her, man.
I mean, if you had a nail gun, and you
But it doesn't shoot that far. It doesn't shoot that far. Nail guns. At most,
again,
3 meters.
It depends. Yeah, but then see, it depends on where you're parked.
Oh man, nah. I think
Okay,
you lose either way. She can fly. Don't forget, she can fly.
but she's eating, so she might not be paying full attention.
No, they are always paying attention. No, no, I'm not gonna take that risk. I know too much.
I don't know. Like, okay, I feel like a nail gun. Okay, let's say the car pulls up, is coming from behind the car on which Miss P is, and then they overtake and then they park. Like I'm showing. So like the car comes from behind and then the police car parks out here. You're close enough where a nail gun could work.
Nah.
Are there any carpenters watching today?
No, dude. Like, no. I don't think that will work. You need to. This is the 1990s, Then the car window, you have to do this. You have to like,
I mean, yes.
and then by the time you open, then your hand reach out, she rip off your hand, and you're dead.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I see what I thought you were gonna say was this is the 1990s. Nail gun's not that powerful. I was like, hey, man, come on, it wasn't that long ago.
It's not even to that extent, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. We got a very good, interesting conversation going. So Lost in Malaysia says that praying to go to heaven after this, not to chase her away. Yeah, very pacifism way of dealing with it, which I think is not the bad way.
Yeah, no, that's a very sweet approach.
Anthony says that Miss P would drink the holy water like cow drink tiger beer. Yeah, I think
would she ask for sponsorship the way Carl asked for sponsorship? I don't think so.
Yep, probably not.
That's
she prefers the Han.
Exactly. This is specifically for Carl. So yeah.
Yeah, I think if I have a case of tiger beer, and while I'm on the shift, don't drink and drive, guys. I'll probably have the courage to go talk to her. Like maybe like 15 cans in.
I think at 15 cans, I don't think you're gonna be talking to anyone.
No. I'm being modest. 15 cans in, and I'll be like, hey, Miss P, people got family, you know. You used to come from a family, right? Give chance, take the husband and go. Tapao, take.
Oh god.
I'll probably say something like that, and I'll probably die. Okay. Read slow. Okay. I finish. I wouldn't. He says that he will not even try to hold his gun. He will stay still and not try to get any attention and let his partner do whatever he wants to do. But if she comes towards me, he will surely shoot. Huh.
Do you okay? See, because I thought when I was reading that and I was thinking to myself, if she comes towards me, you would drive off. Do you think Miss P can chase a moving car?
Yes.
I mean, she can chase. Do you think she can catch up to a moving car?
Yeah,
Because she's flying.
yeah,
So
probably. If she can make a radio malfunction, she can make the engine malfunction. What makes you think that the car that the car that got stopped, the husband's car that got stopped, wasn't due to her
that's true.
making it malfunction, right?
That's true.
In some cases, she malfunctioned the radio also because it was playing the Holy Quran.
Yeah, no,
Right?
That makes
So
sense.
I think she's quite powerful in that sense. So I wouldn't mess with, and we did go on the record to say that Miss P is probably one of the most powerful entities in the world. In fact, like you compare it to, I don't know, Dracula, comparable. Dracula can shapeshift, can hypnotize, but it's not as fast as Miss P.
I wonder whether anybody's actually done like stat charts for.
I mean, I do want to do it. I do want to do it at some time because I find it very interesting. Miss P can literally, some say that she can actually teleport between banana trees.
Okay.
So if you're in a banana plantation, good luck, bro.
Yeah, no.
You're dead.
No.
Right?
No, I wouldn't even go close to it. At night, sometimes I don't even like looking at the bananas hanging in my kitchen.
And she technically can shapeshift.
Yeah.
So if you put a nail. at the
Yeah,
back,
but that's if you
then
put
she
it
can turn back the human, right?
Yeah,
She can face the sun.
Yeah.
Dracula cannot.
That's fair.
Melt.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Right? Okay. Okay, it became another whole discussion.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Sorry, guys. So,
But you're used to this by now.
so what if, what if the lady turns out to be Miss P in disguise, then lagi jalan? Oh,
That's actually that's actually quite cool. That's actually quite cool. Imagine you told this story, but from the point of view of the cops.
yep.
And then they stop and they see this happening and they're like, oh man, it's that Karak Highway urban legend.
Yep.
And then as it turns out, there's a twist to this. That's pretty good.
I know there's there's still this whole pandemic that's hitting the world. But one of our things and our dreams is to actually make short films around the region. So just a bit of a plug. I'm getting to the point. Just a little bit of a plug.
The point is to plug it, yes.
Yes. Our first short film, Closing Time, is actually screening in 2 days, between 15 to 16 of October at the 12th edition of the Kota Kinabalu International Short Film Festival, which is in Sabah, which is also in Malaysia, just the other side. So it's a horror short film. There's Miss P in it. Okay. We'll probably have a screening, but right now it's doing a festival run, so we can't screen it yet. But we promise you we'll have a screening. So one of our dreams is actually to make a short film about Karak, at Karak. I know we are courting death but telling stories, man. I'm sure she'll understand.
What was the we had this discussion in the last episode where, if we hit a certain number on our social media, I will follow you to a cemetery to do
10,000.
10,000 on our social media, and I will follow you to a cemetery to do an episode of Dead Air, right?
Yes, we do it live.
Yeah. Well, let's aim for 15,000 and at end to the pandemic, and then we'll do a short film in Karak.
Yeah, we'll do a short film about Karak.
About Karak, yes.
From the point of view of the police officers.
Yes.
Yes. I really want to know what are their thoughts.
Your SH will be our story consultant because he came up with this idea. And I have to say, it is an excellent idea.
Yes.
I really like that twist.
So then he says, start from the beginning and don't forget the recorder. Yeah, I switched on my recorder and tell him to start from the beginning.
Thus proving that Kyle is not the voice of our narrator.
Exactly. Mina says that she has waist long hair and feel like it has kept me safe during the days I have to. You know what would add to the effect? Like, just wear white. White dress all day. It will protect you all the way, man. Like, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I mean, another plug. Sorry.
Go on.
Sorry to be that guy.
Go on. No. They know this is us. Go on.
If if you follow us on Instagram, and you might have seen a story this afternoon. Actually, late afternoon that we were recording something before this. It was late afternoon. And it also has to do with Miss P, a new series that we kind of hinted the last episode for Dead Air. And we talked about how Miss P is actually
there's so much, man. Like
a female I guess a female embodiment of revenge for women in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Because women were treated like shit back in the day. Still am, but to some extent lah. But so like when you mention, if you kill me as a woman, I come back as Miss P and haunt you, and then men scared. So it has this lasting effect. I think that's the beauty about horror. Teaches you not to be a shit, right?
You hope people will get the right lessons from horror lah.
And the Thai horror films, man, like the lessons on like karma is maximum. Like they crank it up to the max. So yeah, there's another plug and another segue.
If you're not used to us shamelessly promoting our stuff, clearly this is the first episode that you've tuned into.
Yep. So Nokia says that just touch Miss P lah. It's once in a lifetime chance to touch a ghost. We can all always regret later.
See, you're assuming there's going to be a later.
Yep.
I don't think you'll live to regret it.
Yep. You can just throw your Nokia phone at it lah. Probably hurt it more than the gun itself. Cause
yeah. Because I did have a Nokia phone in the 90s that flew out of my hands, hit a moving car, then hit the sidewalk, and then hit the road itself, and then started ringing after that. So I'm quite sure that, we don't know whether blunt objects can hurt Miss P, but I'm quite sure an old school 90s Nokia phone could hurt Miss P.
You say that, now it's like 9:41, so good luck later.
Well, I don't have a Nokia phone. I'm not going to be throwing anything at it. To be fair, I'll throw any phone I ever.
Yeah. 15,000 to bring in the narrator. No, we did mention that. What was the number? Can somebody remember the number?
I think we said we had to hit 10,000 on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 10,000 on YouTube, and we will bring in the narrator.
Yes.
Yep.
For an episode did there.
Yes. So guys, may happen. It's only 8,000 more, so it's not that hard.
How many thousand more?
8,000.
Oh, we're nearly there.
Hello, Paris. I hope you're speaking to us from France.
Wah, wah.
Maybe later she saw someone who has long hair and is wearing white. Wow. Can you imagine if you see someone who's wearing like that? Actually, I have a story. Yeah. Let's segue. Is Miss P? Is Miss P? But it's not an encounter. Not to me at least. So many years ago when I was still in film school, right?
Oh, it is that story. Yes, okay, I love this story.
So I had a school assignment, and I really into horror, right, way back. So I wanted to do a horror piece, just a horror short, very short piece. And for Singaporean friends, I'm sure you know of this place, Old Tampines Road, very famous haunted road in Singapore. So I want to shoot it there. And I was a dumb kid. And my friends were dumb as well. So we filmed it. Wayne is laughing while he's pouring water. So we filmed that during 7th month after 10 p.m.
Hang on. Sorry to interrupt. You never told me this was during 7th month.
Yeah, it was during 7th month.
Dude!
I had a whole phase where I was like, fuck the ghost, I don't care about the ghost. Yeah, like I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah. So so I got a friend, Ang Mo, who's really into cosplaying at that point. So I got her to play Miss P. And she had like, because she's a cosplayer, so she had like the whole, everything lah. So I got her to stand at one of the bus stops at Old Tampines Road. So Old Tampines Road, for our non-Singaporean friends, Old Tampines Road is a 2-lane stretch of, I would say, I guess, highway lah, similarly to Karak Highway, but not as rabak. but still quite rabak.
Certainly not. Certainly
Yeah.
not as long, and
Yeah.
but still quite creepy.
Quite
Yeah.
creepy. Very famously haunted also lah.
Yeah.
There were a few deaths there, traffic accidents also. So that small stretch of highway, there's only one bus that goes through, and there's one lone bus stop, very deep inside. So and it's 10 p.m. So the bus doesn't really stop. So I was across from the other side, behind a tree with my crew, filming, with a camera, just trying to get a long shot to see the whole scene with the car park. She's just standing there with her hair down, all creepy, right? I feel so bad, but there was a foreign worker that probably just ended his work shift, wanted to take the bus back home. So he walked to the bus stop, he saw her. He didn't see us, and he stopped. So you could see two people, like Miss P, right? Miss P and the worker both on the edge of the bus stop. So he just kept staring at her, not knowing if she's real or not. And this was 7 months. That's why I had to set the context. This was 7 months, so everybody knows. And this is at the bus stop that's very famously haunted within Old Tampines Road. And then one bus came, slowed down, saw my friend who is in Miss P's disguise, sped up. And then we laughed. And he heard. Then I told him, oh, sorry, we're filming something. But you could still see that he's a bit unnerved, right? So he kept his distance, but he know we were filming, so he knew that, she's not a real ghost. But if you were the bus driver and you see that first, like from far, your lights, your high beam, and you see that Miss P standing there at the bus stop in a very famously haunted road during 7 months, what would you do? Speed up, right? So yes, they saw the guy, but they don't care, they just speed up. So that happened 3 more times. To the point whereby I had to walk over and apologize to the guy and say, I'm so sorry, we're doing a student film. I'm so sorry. And then the guy just walked to the next bus stop.
I like how you said that, after you revealed yourself and, let the foreign worker know that, y'all were shooting something and she's an actress and everything. You said that he still looked a bit unnerved. I don't think he was unnerved. I think he was annoyed at the fact that you made him miss the bus. And then you made him miss the bus 3 more times.
Yeah. No, I could tell that he was unnerved because my friend, when she put her hair down, she couldn't see. So I just told her, oh, you walk back and forth. So she was basically walking back and forth blind, you see? Yeah, so that's one interesting long story about someone who wore white and had long hair.
Interestingly enough, something similar happened to us on the shoot for Closing Time.
Oh, I told the story already.
Did we tell that story already?
Told the story already. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember this one. Okay.
The makcik that screamed.
Yes.
When she saw Miss P in full makeup.
Yes.
Smoking in the corner.
Yep.
That's got to be the funniest story ever.
Cassandra Spikerman, if you're watching this, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
oh goodness.
Yo said that his mom-in-law ever suggested to plant a banana tree in the backyard. Straight away, I turned down her thoughts. Would not want to see Miss P while cooking Maggie mee. I know, right? Like, I get it, banana, but it's like banana or Miss P. Which one you want to choose, right?
I mean, that's not even a competition. I like bananas. I'm not planting a banana tree in my backyard.
Oh, hell no.
If I had a backyard, I wouldn't plant a banana tree. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have a banana tree anywhere near me.
If I had a backyard, I would probably plant a durian tree. I mean, it would take 10 years to grow, lah, but, whatever.
Are there any creatures that haunt durian trees by any chance?
I hope not.
I hope not either.
That would be a very pungent tree. You know what would be really messed up? If there is a spirit that has the scent of durian, it would destroy durian for me. I'll stop eating durian straight away.
I think for some people, the smell of durian already destroyed durian for them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, lordy. How do we have any more? We got a few more comments here, don't we?
Yeah, Win says that twist would be if the guy said yes, okay. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, you guys are filming about Y2 actress. Okay.
I like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. That would be messed up.
I have to say.
Nothing happened
Like-
to me after that. I was having my whole garang, I'm not scared of ghost face. Like really, I go to Old Changi Hospital, I say there's nothing there. Yeah, then like,
I have to
a lot of
say
shit happens. But yeah.
between the Y2 actresses and Yo's plot twist of the
Both
lady
are
in
really
the car.
good,
These are some excellent stories. See, I mean, we love you guys as fans, but this just goes to prove that Ghost Maps and HANTU have some of the best fans out there because you guys are excellent storytellers as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So Lost in Malaysia says that he's got a row of banana trees in your bag.
Cool. Never visited your house.
Question. Do you eat a banana from there? One question. Do you eat a banana from there? Another question is that has anything weird happened?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I like how Carl was like, "Ooh, tell us any stories," and I was like, "I'm never visiting your house ever."
Thrilling to do filming at Old Tampines Road during 7 months. Yeah, very interesting. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. Lack of cars. There was one red lantern at the base of the bus stop, at the base of the tree, the large tree beside the bus stop. Oh, that was creepy.
I think, oh God, I remember seeing that when I was a kid also.
Yeah. So he says that he has some unnerving stuff about the banana tree. Okay, please share
Yes.
while we continue.
Yeah, because, since Lost in Malaysia was talking, and he did bring up the lost boy of Karak Highway. The lost schoolboy, yeah. So, I mean, like we were saying just now, Karak Highway has got like a ton of urban legends around it. The lost schoolboy was one that I was somewhat familiar with. So, according to the article, if you see a schoolboy wandering around the side of a dark and lonely highway looking lost and desolated, be careful. The boy would be looking for his mother, asking, "Have you seen my mother?" over and over again. Because the legend is that the boy and the mother got into an accident, and it was a really terrible accident. The mom's body flew out of the car, so their souls were separated, so to speak, at the point of their death. So the son has been looking for the mother the whole time. So yeah, I've heard that one. Have you heard that one before?
Yep.
Yeah.
The version that I know of is actually not really at Karak Highway, somewhere near to Karak Highway, some abandoned place. So he will be there to ask you to bring him to his home. Then he will bring you to this kampong area.
Yeah.
And then there will be nobody. So basically it ends with the ghost bringing you to a ghost town or something like that.
See, that's the thing. I've heard variations of this. And it's like I've heard one where it's on highway. I don't know it's Karak Highway as well. But I've also heard story like this whole idea of the lost kid. I've heard variations of that. A couple in Singapore as well. A couple of those variations in Singapore as well. So yeah, that's probably why it stuck in my head, because I seem to be hearing whole bunch of variations of the lost schoolboy. The other one though, I see you scrolling up ready.
Yeah. So
this one I heard.
This one is a bit weird. It's not in any way an attempt to get sponsorship from them.
I mean,
if they want to,
it's not a blatant attempt, but if they want to sponsor us, we're fine with this.
So the mysterious yellow Vorswagen.
Yeah.
So the legend goes that if you have ever seen a yellow Vorswagen, just try to get away from that car. So that car is actually there's no drivers on the car, so it will keep forcing you to overtake it. So once you overtake it and continue moving on, you will notice that the car is actually in front of you already. Then you will try to drive very slowly, challenging you to overtake it, to keep overtaking it to the point when you overtake it side by side and you can see that there's no driver, and then you freak out and you crash and then you die. Yep.
I remember hearing this one. Again, it's one of those where nobody told me it was Karak Highway. And I remember thinking to myself, A, no driver, creepy. Less creepy nowadays that we have driverless cars.
Yep.
But B, why specifically a yellow Volkswagen? It's always a yellow. And in now that I say it out loud, I think it kind of does make sense, because yellow Volkswagens were pretty popular in the 80s.
Were they though?
Yeah. Like this is far the worst possible way I can prove that yellow Volkswagens were popular. But Bumblebee in Transformers was a yellow Volkswagen. That stuff was huge. My uncle had a yellow Volkswagen. Oh my god, it might have been my uncle. He wasn't terribly tall.
Right. I mean,
He isn't terribly tall. He's still alive.
I mean, not to don't take it the wrong way, my Malaysian listeners, but if it would be more on brand, if it was a Proton,
I knew it.
right?
I knew it.
But why a Vorswagen? So one possible explanation is just like it's just a myth. Like it's just fake. Just one guy who wants to mess with another guy and tell you, hey, you see the yellow Volkswagen, then he's haunting you. Because it's chances of a yellow Volkswagen crashing at Kara Highway and becoming a ghost car is like really close to none. Right?
Well, I won't say close to none, but
if you look at 80s and 90s, it's full of Proton.
no, because like I'm telling you, man, yellow Volkswagens were huge back in the day. Well, I don't know whether yellow specifically, but Volkswagens were quite a big thing back then.
No, but yeah. But to be yellow, right?
Yes.
It's such a strange color. It's like maybe it's because it's so specific. That's why it became an urban legend, right? Because it's so random.
I think that I definitely agree with you. I think it's a weird choice. I suppose it's because Volkswagens were popular, but also at the same time, wouldn't you pick like something that's not so kind of iconic at that point? Like, you know. But I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
But
May Han say that it's Bumblebee? Wow. Bumblebee existed since the 1980s. Power, that one, power. Yeah.
maybe it was a very failed attempt at a marketing stunt for Transformers in the 1980s.
Yeah.
That, people just did not like it all.
Yep. Okay, so the fourth urban legend is that there's a flying Miss P. I guess it's like a continuation of that story. So sometimes you drive at Kara Highway, then you see something flying, something white, large flying over, which is the Miss P lah.
Yeah, I know the article says that it's an urban legend and everything. Like I feel like this counts more as sightings. The others are clearly urban legends.
It's more of a sighting than
Even I guess even the Lost Boy thing also is a bit
there's
more a ghost story.
probably a bunch of them living there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their hood.
It's like their hunting grounds, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Also, this one I don't know.
This one I didn't know either.
Yeah, this one I didn't know.
Yeah. This well, not the Miss P one, but like what is it?
You wanna tell it? Yeah.
Yeah, so according to the article, it's called The Call to the Radio Station. So one night a local radio station receives a chilling call from a listener. DJ listened attentively as the man on the line told his story. He said he was driving on the highway and met with a horrible accident. His car fell down a ravine by the highway. In the car were his mother, father, wife, and children. He sounded depressed. Speaking of how he saw his family members die, the saddest thing he said was that he saw himself die. Then the line went dead. Radio DJ tried calling back, couldn't call back. He and most of the radio listeners brushed it off as a prank. Very next day, the newspapers reported an accident at the very same location where the man on the line had mentioned. Car fell into a ravine. Couple, their parents, children all died in the car crash. The details match the story told by the mysterious man legend. Says the radio DJ rushed back to the office to listen to the recording of the call, but all that was left on the tape was eerie silence. I've never heard this one. I mean, I've heard the ghost. I've heard stories of like ghostly phone calls before.
Yep.
But never like some of the details kind of match this one where the person's calling when they died, but specifically to Karak Highway, specifically car crash into a ravine, specifically car crash. Like I don't think I've ever heard this version of it. But I have heard versions where, somebody at the point of death is calling a radio station.
I don't know. I have to shout out to, because we are doing audio, right?
Yeah.
We're doing podcasts. I have to shout out to all the live, DJs that work the night shift.
That's true.
I can never do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying that I'm radio DJ material, but I'm just saying that if I were ever, given the position to do it, I would never do it because you're alone in a huge studio at night where there's nobody and anyone can call in, right? And, to do a request, or you can just have weird people or like spirits just call you in.
Well, I'm sure you do have a producer on the radio show, right?
But he or she usually be in their own office.
Oh, okay.
They'll be listening it in, but they won't be on set with you.
Yeah.
You'll be the one who's like doing everything. So that's creepy as heck. So yeah, I think this story is a bit more of a stretch, more universal.
Definitely more universal.
More universal. The last call to to announce that I'm dead, right? I think that
I hope that's not what they sounded like on the phone. I'm dead.
But just now Lost in Malaysia did mention that actually Karak Highway is a place where there's a lot of accidents, fatal accidents actually. So I'm not actually entirely surprised that would happen.
Yeah.
I
mean, before we go any further, like, I like how we're having the discussions now about like the weird stuff that's happening on these urban legends. But if you guys have your favorite urban legends, please share them with us as well. But yeah, let's go back to the comments.
Okay, so Meihan says that she did a short film, horror short film. Filming was okay. Editing and putting in the sound effect alone in the dark editing studio. Yep. Nobody want to laugh alone. Yep. All I can say that my final year project was a horror short, and I edited it alone at night. It's a fun way. It's a fun way to be paranoid, man.
That was a very loaded yup.
Yep.
That's the yup.
No, that's not the worst part, man. When we were shooting the horror film, and my director, I wasn't director back then. I was the cameraman. So the director was an atheist, so he didn't believe in anything. And I told him specifically, I said, look, if you're gonna make a horror film, I feel like it will make everybody feel at ease if you did some prayers. He's basically told me that, that's the job of the producer, I don't care. Then I'm like, okay. And then and then he and the producer fell out shortly after we started production, so the producer left. We had no producer for that short film.
Yeah.
And then after that, the art director left. So we had no art director for the short film.
This sounds like an excellent short film going on.
So then there was me, the director, and the sound person, and all the other actors. So it was a very fun final year project. But at the same time, I just felt that the whole vibes during that shoot was just very negative. Maybe it could be just me being sensitive to the fact that it's just a very unlucky set lah, Could be me being superstitious lah. But that was a proper horror short film, with deaths, everything.
Yeah,
it's very dark. And when we finished the production, it was the last day of shoot. I had to return equipments back to the school alone. All the equipments alone. So the director drove me back to the school. He waited, and this was like 12 a.m. late. He waited at the car, by the car in the basement. I had to push all the equipment into the underground place of my school, which is supposedly haunted as well. But I didn't know at that point, and I don't care. But I could feel that there was someone there with me, but it was completely dark. Nobody. But I could feel. Your sixth sense start telling you that, dude, just get the hell out of here. But I'm like, I have to keep the equipment. That's a lot of money. So I have to keep them. I just power through it.
I just need to jump in at this point in time.
Yep.
And go, why wasn't the director helping you, man?
I don't know.
That's like,
I don't know.
See you carrying stuff and then just let you return everything. Not cool, director. Not cool.
I mean, we had hierarchy, right? Like, the camera crew is doing whatever lah. But yeah, I just, then after a few years, people told me, the basement where you keep the film equipment. Oh yeah, it's very haunted. Very, very haunted. Yeah, I'm like, oh.
I like when
wonder.
I like when people tell you stuff like this, they always sound so casual. It's like, oh yeah, it's very haunted.
Yeah.
It's very haunted. Ghosts everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ghosts everywhere in Singapore, right?
Ooh.
What if the ghost came? Nokia said, what if the ghost came to give art direction about how to be a ghost? Maybe the ghost is excited because someone made a film about it.
So like a consultant, I guess.
Yes. Very true. Very true, actually. How should I put this? For people who listen to local horror content, so there's this horror podcast that I'm actually a big fan of is by Me Watch. It's by MediaCorp. Under Me Listen. It's called 周公讲鬼 in Mandarin. It's a Mandarin horror podcast. So he has this famous tagline, 你在听他们也在听, which means directly translates to, if you're listening in, so are they. They meaning, ghosts, right? And I feel like that's very much true, we told this story like a lot of times everywhere when we're guests on other podcasts, even on this show itself. But there was one time where me, Wayne, and our friend Paul, as well as the narrator, recording in this studio, right? Not this studio. We're recording in a studio.
A studio, yes.
In Singapore. And this studio was pretty big. So it had a vocal booth. So the narrator is recording in the vocal booth. And the three of us are on the control panel side. So there's a glass, so you can't hear each other. I can hear him through the speakers, but he can't hear us. And we were doing we like to make things moody to get into the mood. Dark light, like exactly like now. And this is a relatively new studio, right? So he's just recording. And then suddenly...
Worth pointing out also that even with the dark light, this is during the day, by the way.
Yeah, this is during the day.
Yeah.
The light is dim. Those spotlights, it's just dim.
Yeah.
Like on its own. And the light switch was all the way at the other side. The three of us were just talking about some strategy stuff. And yeah, the light just dim. So all three of us look at each other. And then I remember I stood up and said, it's nothing. Probably the lights.
Yeah.
Because the number one rule is to never acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Even though they are there. So I just went to go and turn back the light on by a bit. And then the narrator's like, what's going on? I was like, no, it's nothing. So I go back. Maybe your friend visiting.
Studio never pay power bill.
Yeah, so we continue. And then a couple of months later, one of the guys who work at the studio told me, oh yeah, there's an old man that's haunting this studio. Yeah, he likes to play prank on people. I'm like, wow. Yeah. So now we know.
Yeah. He's got a bit of a sense of humor.
He likes to knock on the door. He likes to do Ding Dong Dash also. You know Ding Dong Dash?
I know Ding Dong Dash.
Knock on the door and then nobody's there. Maybe he's there, you just can't see him.
He's an old man, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I like how he makes the same kind of jokes my dad does.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? What about darkness? He said true dark.
True darkness is a different kind of darkness.
Yeah, Sebastian said true darkness is a different kind of darkness. What darkness?
I can't remember either. And you're the one that's drinking the tiger beer, so I would be able to remember this.
Yeah, right.
I mean, to be fair, it does sound like something that we would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now is the time that you guys share with us your favorite urban legends, and then let's try to take it apart, and we will just ramble on.
Well, hang on. Sebastian asked something. There we go. Any highway in Singapore that is haunted? Do you know of any particular highways that are slightly more questionable? Like between the two of us, you're more likely to know all these things.
Okay, so the definition of highways, right? I feel like it's different in terms of country.
Yeah. Okay, so for
right?
us, I guess it's the expressway, I guess.
No. It's not the literal meaning, right?
Yeah.
For us, expressways are very, very busy roads.
Yeah.
For other countries, it could be just 2-lane dark roads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Singapore is small, so it's slightly different.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any expressway in Singapore because I don't drive, so I can't really be the voice of authority here. I will only just say that, to my knowledge, there is no infamously haunted highway.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of haunted roads.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because there's two ways.
Yeah. Old Tampines Road, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
He says that maybe Nico Highway. Well, Nico Highway is not really a highway. Just so you know. Just because it's called a highway, it's not a highway. It's a road. It's called Nico Highway, but it's not a highway.
Oh, well,
right?
Mehan's got a point.
Yeah. Yeah. But yes, Nico Highway collapsed, so yes, it is very haunted, but I don't, You know what I mean, right, Singaporeans? It's not a highway. A highway in Singapore
okay.
is like
If-
5 lane,
if-
5 lanes on both sides.
If we get past like the word highway, just like I guess in general roads or just roads in general lah. I suppose Nicole Highway probably is
It's a haunted road.
yeah.
I would say that that whole area, because there was a really terrible accident that happened. For friends that are not familiar with it, Nicole Highway is a part in near central Singapore, just behind the famous Golden Mile complex, which is also very famous for supernatural happenings. And slight trivia is the location for the North Korean embassy in Singapore. You can search it out. I'm not lying. So it's a very interesting space. So apparently there was a person who is a police officer that's doing duty, and I think he has the third eye. So he was doing like the late night shift, and days before the tragedy, and I'll speak further about the tragedy. He saw 2 dark figures standing at the basement car park of Golden Mile complex. And the tragedy that happened was there was construction for the underground MRT, so basically subway, right? Building subway, and it goes under the river, and there were some structural issues, so the whole thing collapsed, and there were a few people who perished. So it was actually quite a tragedy. So so I can't say that I'm not surprised. So I'm very, very familiar with that place. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's more. I think in Singapore it's not so much highways or even expressways. I think it's like you said, like it's more roads than anything else.
Yeah. So wait, I gotta say hi to Krusty Antiques. Hello.
I'm assuming that's probably not your real name.
Not your
if
real
it
name.
is, that's a very interesting name.
Yeah. So hi hi to America. Thank you for tuning in. As we were just sharing some horror stories. So we're talking about the whole haunted roads,
Yeah.
And they were asking me, do I know of any haunted roads? I guess. In Singapore, there's a lot, but there's one, right, that is not famous at all. It is towards the. I need to look it up whether if it's west or north, because my geography is bad.
Is there a function in Google Maps that helps you find haunted roads?
I'll build it. No lah. Okay, so yeah, it's towards the northern part of Singapore.
Northwest.
Northwest. It's very near Malaysia actually. So there's this place called the Lim Chu Kang Cemetery, right? So the Lim Chu Kang Cemetery is one very long road.
Okay.
With cemetery on one side and military installation on the other. And you go further down, there is near a place called Neo Tiew. This whole estate where it's all agriculture. And further down, there's another military installation. So there's this one road called Lim Chu Kang Road. It's a 2-lane road that has so much accidents over there that not many people talk about. And supposedly also very haunted. I've been there with my friends. We went night biking, motorbiking. So I was on the back as the pillion, and he was riding very, very fast. And I can see why people get into accidents there. There's this split where both sides of the road, and then there's like, one is on top and one is on the bottom. So it's like that. It's uneven. Then in the middle there's a tree. So it's really weird road. And it's near the cemetery, and it's
I would think that would be. I mean, just for the fact that it's so close to the cemetery, I would think that would be more famously haunted.
No, because I don't know, because it's just not like it's just not. So for our friends, Singaporean friends who served in the armored Sungai Gedong camp, you probably know of that road. It's that road basically. Yeah. So that's one of the least heard of lah. When I went there with my friends to to do some urban exploration, I realized, it's this yeah. So Sebastian said, "Oh no, Golden Mile complex is haunted. Why, you work there, right? You work there, right?" Either you work there or you visit there for Thai food.
I mean, for the Thai food, okay.
Yeah, Golden Mile Complex is known for their Thai food.
In all fairness, for the Thai food, I'd rather not see them. But, you know, if you're going to see them while eating Thai food, at least you got Thai food.
I'm so sorry, Chris. We totally missed that.
Yeah. We just saw
I'm drinking, so I don't know what he's all about.
I got terrible eyesight. But nice to meet you, Chris. Thank you
Nice
for
to meet
tuning
you,
in.
Chris.
If you're watching this and you're enjoying it, but you haven't seen like our other show, Ghost Maps, you're probably on the YouTube channel. Yeah. So give Ghost Maps a listen. You might like
Ghost
it.
Maps is and we're very proud of this. Ghost Maps is actually one of the top Southeast Asian English horror podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are based in Singapore. So
Yeah. Cool.
So Dennis says that he believes one of the more famous urban legend in Philippines is the White Lady. Yes.
I've never heard this one.
You're in for a treat, my friend.
I've never
See, even Google can predict it for me. I don't know how to pronounce this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ballot Drive.
Ballot? Yeah, looks like Ballot Drive.
Yep.
Ooh, I like how in Wikipedia it literally has its own subsection called Haunting Legend, and for the Wikipedia for Ballot Drive.
Because it's called Ballot Drive because it has a huge ballot tree that used to stand in the middle of the road.
Right. Okay.
Right? Yeah. So there's a lot of colonial houses also lah.
Right.
They call it centennial houses lah.
Yeah.
So the haunting legend goes that by the way, this legend is from Philippines, specifically in Manila, right? It says that the ballot trees are home for spirits and mysterious creatures. Basically, banana trees lah, in that sense lah, right?
Yeah.
So they call it the. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that.
Let me try to pronounce this. Caparosa.
Caparosa.
Let me know if I'm mispronouncing that. But
Yeah, the white lady basically, who haunts taxi for an eternity. The ghost is a teenage girl who has been run over and killed by a taxi driver at night. You see what I mean? You see what I mean about how Southeast Asian women get mistreated? I'm not even done with the story. And one variation of the legend claims that a student of the University of the Philippines was sexually assaulted and killed by a taxi driver. And her spirit roams the street looking for her murderer.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So another version says that a female resident of one of the ancestral mansions lining in Ballot Drive was abused and killed by her own family. So her spirit haunts the road. So basically all gonna killed lah, then haunt the road lah. Right? So yeah.
I guess the moral, whichever version of it, the moral of the story is, can you stop being dicks to people? Just stop being really mean to people. Come on, man.
Stop me. But I think is very interesting. I've heard of it. The first time I heard of it was when I was in Manila for the first time.
I've never.
My friend straight away told me, "Hey, Carl, you want to hear a ghost story? A very famous ghost story." I'm like, "Go ahead." And then we drove past it. And then he said, "Yeah, this is the place."
Yeah, I've never actually heard that one before. That's quite cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the story itself is horrifying, but it's quite cool that there's such a strong urban legend to that place.
Yep.
Ooh, wait, sorry. Can we just highlight Chua Sebastian's other comment? I think he means Old Thompson Road. So how about Old Thompson Road? The Devil's Bend. The Devil's Bend is famous. It's just this horrifyingly large bend in the road where I obviously don't have the stats, but apparently a lot of accidents happen on there. So yeah, Old Thompson Road.
The Devil Bend
Old
took a
Thompson
lot
Road?
of life.
Yeah, was it
Old-
Upper Thompson Road? I can't
Old
remember.
Thompson Road, Upper
Yeah.
Thompson Road, all
Yeah.
of it. So yeah, this is somewhere in Singapore.
Yeah.
I think closer to the central north of Singapore.
Yeah, north, central,
Yeah.
northeast.
So it's called the Devil's Bend. So it has eight hairpin bends. So it's very good for drifting, right? A lot of people like to illegal race. And apparently back in the 60s, Singapore used to do the F1 Grand Prix over there, and people died because it was a very hard turn. So people lost control and died. There were people who died there. I mean, even till now, right?
Yeah.
So it's famously haunted, and there were a lot of large trees, and it's very close proximity to one of the oldest Chinese cemeteries out of China, Bukit Brown Cemetery. So Bukit Brown Cemetery, strangely enough, being a Chinese cemetery, but it had a lot of banana trees. So you know what happens when there's banana trees? Miss P. So being all, you know, it's all congregated, and Singapore is so small, so everything is so densely populated. So I'm not surprised. When we were doing some Ghost Maps visuals, Wayne is obviously not there.
Yeah, of course not.
We were stopped by the police. We were nearby that place, and we were stopped by the police. And the police did tell me that, you know, you guys shouldn't be here. It's dangerous. I'm like, what do you mean by dangerous? I was challenging him. I wanted him to tell me stories. He's like, it's just not good. I say, why, haunted? I say, yeah, you know lah, can lah. I'm like, all right, yeah. So yes,
I like how that's the nod and the wink. Can lah. Can. Yeah, you know lah.
So Lost in Malaysia said, White Lady, Miss P. Can we say her name?
Well, I'm not going to.
Kuting.
No, wait.
Okay, Miss K.
Yes, because I remember somebody. It might have been a previous episode that somebody did point out that in Malaysia, in Indonesia, they refer to her as Miss K as opposed to Miss P. So yes.
Okay, so Miss P and Miss K, the White Lady, must be having a fun journey here throughout Southeast Asia. Yeah, I wouldn't say fun lah.
Well, fun. She's having quite the journey. Yeah.
I'm just saying that, you know, with Singapore's urban development, right, we will be running out of trees for them to jump from. Malaysia and Indonesia, slower lah, right? You guys still got plenty of forests, plenty of trees.
Plenty of
But
land,
Singapore are really like skyscrapers. They need to evolve.
Well, does this mean she's gonna start living in like the those big trees? What are they called? The Gardens by the Bay?
Super trees.
Super trees, yes. I was big
The
trees.
metal man-made trees.
Yeah. So, you know, start hanging out there.
Chris said that he only eats pizza. No, I'm sure you guys eat more than that, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, we just had pizza for dinner.
Yeah,
so.
we just had pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some Hydra with internet access says number 313 Thailand story is still my favorite so far. You know about that?
I don't.
I know. If I don't know, then I'm a very disgraced half Thai.
Very disgraced half Thai. That's a bit harsh, man.
Yeah. Wait. Somewhere in the internet. Let me just try to find.
It's somewhere in the internet. Yeah. But yeah, I've never heard of this one before.
This one. I'm gonna try to say it. Menak pra kanong. Yeah, I think I just described. Basically, Lady Nak. Nang Nak.
Huh. Okay.
Nang Nak lah. Yeah lah. Yeah. So Miss Nak. Yeah. I hope by saying her name won't give her power, but you know she's haunting her husband. So, yeah. So it's made from the film. I mean, she's depicted in the film Nang Nak lah, basically.
Okay.
Right. So it's the, you know, it's ancient Thailand. So there's war. The husband got conscripted,
Right.
and then, you know, he got injured, but when he came back, she's already dead. So she starts haunting him.
Right.
She makes him think that he's still alive and stuff. Yeah, she's very famous. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a real thing because there's shrine and offerings and stuff.
Okay.
So basically, she is the Miss P of Thailand. You look at now, we are looking at the list, by the way, guys. So there's like one whole list.
Yeah,
of films.
that's an impressive list.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh.
Yep. So
I had no idea about that. Yeah.
apparently there was a British director who did called the Ghost of Menak.
Wow.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Interesting.
All right, guys, keep sharing those
Keep sharing. Yeah.
those urban legends, please. Balete. Sorry, I know it seems like I just randomly said something, but Dennis was helping us pronounce Balete.
Balete.
Yeah. Okay.
So Chris said that he loves our channel. It's 10 here in New York.
Yay.
Nice, man. Thanks. It's 10:30 here. 10:30 p.m. I'm sure it's 10 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grab your coffee and, you know, listen to some horror stories, I guess.
Hopefully it helps you get through the day.
Yeah. I've got to say, man, like, I'm super I don't know if you heard of this channel. I'm a big fan of Swamp Dweller, and I am super into the stories about the Wendigo as well as the Skinwalker. Man, Skinwalkers, Yeah. No challenge. You know of the skinwalker?
Yeah, I know. That I know.
Wow, that's just crazy, lah. Yeah. So Avnish says that he's not saying anything because I haven't listened to any legend. You guys are the first to tell me a legend.
I'm sure. Like, I mean, okay, it might not come to mind or anything, but I'm quite well. Okay, to be fair, I don't know how old you are, Avnish, so I'm just like assuming. But yeah, I like. I'm quite sure everybody's had that thing where they just get it. And ghost stories is one thing, but like urban legends start coming out as well.
It could be even your school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where I used to study for business, there was a urban legend that there's a foreign student block where all the foreign students get to stay, and apparently that place is super haunted.
Yeah.
And I experienced it firsthand. So we went there for a school camp. The third floor, the floor above us was empty, but we heard footsteps on top, which was super creepy. Yeah.
See, okay, that brings me to something, because I'm seeing like urban legends from the Philippines and urban legends from Thailand, and people ask, are there haunted like roads in Singapore? What's the first Singaporean urban legend that you think of?
I need to think about it. While I think about it, I think let's go through some comments.
Sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of comments. Okay, so Sebastian said that he used to drive past old Upper Thomson Road.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go to Upper Thomson Road. I think it was Upper Thomson Road for prata. And that place is, well, at least that stretch is quite bustling. So, it doesn't seem as freaky. But once you get out of that stretch, it's kind of like, it's a bit questionable after that. Still not as freaky as Old Tampines Road, but
Old Tampines Road is freaky.
Yeah.
I did remember, like, trying to take a taxi back home, and I told the driver specifically to go by Old Tampines Road, and he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, for the thrills, my friend."
Go by Old Tampines Road. Maybe you should get yourself another taxi driver then.
Yeah, so Edwin was saying that the motorbike taxi rape murders version was made into Incredible Tales. He's talking about the white lady from the Balate Road thing.
I like there's a best of Incredible Tales on Netflix in Singapore. And I really want to watch it. Like, okay, look, I know people joke about like, oh, Incredible Tales was such a badly done show and everything. But I could be wrong. This could be rose-tinted glasses. I remember it having a certain level of charm.
Yeah.
So I actually do want to watch Incredible Tales again. I just don't want to watch it when I'm writing scripts for ghost maps.
I think I watched I know a couple of the directors that did the earlier episodes for the first season of Incredible Tales, and I told them excellent work lah.
Yeah.
I mean it disregard of how we feel about it today.
Yeah.
I feel like it does have some contribution
absolutely
to horror content in Singapore at least.
Yeah. It's one of those things like, people always talk about like how True Singapore Ghost Stories, Russell Lee's True Singapore Ghost Stories, it's like, oh, it's so terribly written and everything, but everybody talks about it. So, your opinions of its quality may be one thing, but the actual cultural impact of it, that's a whole different thing altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, so for those who don't know, Incredible Tales is actually a horror TV show that had a run for quite a while in Singapore.
When was it? Like early 2000s, right?
Early 2000s,
Yeah.
Chris says that the police in New York suck ass.
Well, I mean, if they came across a Miss P haunting a car, I don't know how they would react.
I really don't know how they would react, but we have no comments for that.
Yep. Moving on.
Moving on. Hi, Shannon. Oh, yeah. Welcome back. He says that favorite channel. What are our thoughts on the Lentor Avenue from TP to Yishun? What? Actually, I used to go there quite often. Yishun specifically. Yishun, I must add, is a very, very unique place in Singapore for non-Singapore friends. Yishun is actually joked as one of the most haunted and creepiest places in Singapore.
Weirdest places
also.
Yeah.
Like murders, cat killers, killer litters, crazy neighbors. Like it's just weird. I don't know why. So I do have a friend who's with the force meaning police. He did say that the weird cases do pop up more in Yishun than anywhere else. I have no way to fact check that, but That's what he told me. Yep. So, I don't have any experience in terms of the Lentor Avenue, whether if it's haunted or not. But I've been there.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m. in the morning to
Wow.
film some ghost visuals. It's very creepy. There's fog there. But I do know that there's this park connector between Lentor to Yishun, right? That is famously dirty. Yeah.
No, I mean that stretch down. I've been on that stretch in terms of traveling past and everything. It is creepy. It is like, I think it's made all the more creepy because so much more of Yishun is like, flats and everything, and just typical neighborhood. And then suddenly that one place is down there. You're like, ugh. Like Old Tampines Road is like a whole stretch, and it's it almost feels isolated compared to the more developed parts of Singapore. But like that one seems to sit in the middle of the more developed areas of Yishun, so it just feels extra creepy because it's just highlighted how creepy it is compared to everything else around it.
Yeah. No, you should go to Lentor lah. It's strange. I actually kind of want to cycle there at night.
Have fun.
It's a very fun feeling.
Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah. Sorry, stuck in Perth for some time. Not sure if the spelling is correct. No problem, man.
I think Lentor is without the H. I don't know.
Yep, it is without the H, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Avni says that Google must be thinking the same thing, right? Where everybody's searching for the same ghost stories at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. Google should create a catalog of all the ghost stories.
Yes.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
Yenli78 says that all office ghosts. Yeah, I think office ghosts, right, are the most petty kind of ghosts. That's my thought. I'm just gonna put it out there. They'll mess with you by what? Like making your router break, printer starts malfunctioning, and your monitor starts breaking, you get static of your speakers. It's super petty. It just sounds like office pranks.
And are you sure it's not just shitty office equipment?
It can't be all, right?
Well, there's some offices with really shitty office equipment.
Okay, fair enough. But I feel like, that's the max they can do, right?
Petty is not the word I would use to describe office ghosts. What I would use to describe office ghosts is, I don't have a word for it, but like, just the sentiment of, come on guys, if I'm already working late, can you not haunt me as well? It's bad enough that I'm not home at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I once told like the spirit that haunts our usual studio that where we do Dead Air with guests. It is in a very famously haunted office block in Singapore. So I once told the ghost. I mean, I was speaking to air lah, because I got a few experience there before. I told them, look, I'm not. I already told you I don't want to stay late, but I don't have a choice, because, and that was back then when I was still working there, right? I'm working like 3 a.m. I said, because I have a stupid client that's making me make changes last minute, so I have to stay. If you want to go haunt someone, go haunt the client. I'll give you his number. Go haunt him or something. Yeah. So then nothing happened.
I like how you offered to give the ghost your client's number, as if the ghost is gonna call him.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my god. So Chris says that he has some. I hope I'm calling you correctly. He has some ghost stories from New York that will scare the fuck out of us. Please do come share with me. I listen to a lot of American horror. I can say that I think I've listened to some of the scariest, but surprise me, man. Yeah. Yenli says that old office in KL is a bank near Petaling Street. So our Malaysian friends, you guys can try to search for it. Petaling Street, I'm not very familiar. Yeah.
I think I know the place, yeah. Well, not the specific office, but I think I know Petaling Street.
Old office. But do share with us the office ghosts.
Yes, please.
Oh, this is quite macabre. Mehan says that Mehan, by the way, shout out to Mehan. Mehan was previously a dead guest from Dead Air. She's a
live guest on Dead Air.
Previously. And a live guest on Dead Air. Why you want to spoil the creepiness to it?
Well, people have seen the episode. If
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
let's lead them to the one episode where there's a person sitting on the couch behind us.
Right. So she's an author.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for sharing your stories. She says that her friend who is in the Coast Guard says that when he finds a drowned body that's stuck and can't be retrieved, he talks to it by saying, "I'm just here trying to free you. Let go," and the body really then comes free, and then he can pull it in.
There's
Oh man.
that's
Yep.
it's a bit it's a bit heartbreaking to hear that stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely interesting, but like just heartbreaking to hear those kind of stories.
So I have a follow-up question to that, Mehan. So your friend does this on, I guess, like a monthly basis?
Well, I don't know how many.
Because quite a lot of people drown, right?
Yeah.
To be honest. So Afni says that he is 15 years old.
No, I did ask like how old he was, so there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sebastian says that some schools are haunted here. Where is here? Malaysia? My old music school is haunted. Could hear music at 2 a.m. when I camp there many years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I went with a couple of friends when I was in primary school. We went into a school. I think it was an abandoned school that was famously haunted. And walked past a large hall, and my friend cried. And then when we left the place, I asked him, "Why you cry?" He said, "I could hear piano noises inside the hall."
Oh man.
Yeah. And we are pretty sure in an abandoned school, there shouldn't be pianos inside. Let alone piano noises.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's school has at least one, if not urban legend, certainly a horror story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, like most of our, or at least the guys from Drunken Ramblings podcast, was it them? When they came on the show, they were talking about or we were on their show and they were talking about like a certain school that they went to, and there was always weird stuff happening, and I think it was a clock tower. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, can we highlight Dennis's comment there? Okay, so Dennis says not ghost related, but another urban legend in the Philippines is a snake human hybrid who lived under ladies' dressing rooms of a popular mall. Attractive women would fall through a trap door. Oh my god.
What's the name of that creature?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look up on this one because I've never heard this one before. This definitely sound like when we talk about urban legends and popular stories get passed around and not necessarily ghostly stories. This definitely falls under the category of urban legend. That is there is so many undertones to that one, I have to say. I mean, since we're talking about like urban legends all around, and I don't know whether you've come up with your favorite Singaporean one, Kyle.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to look for something.
He's doing Googling. I'll talk about my favorite Singaporean urban legend, and it's one that's been debunked over and over again. I still like it though. No matter how much of it has been debunked, but the whole idea of hearing marbles on the floor above in Singapore in our flat, and I think it's like somebody explained it's basically the sound of the pipes adjusting or something along those lines. But there's a logical and reasonable and actual reason behind the sound of marbles from the floors upstairs. But it's one of those things that gets creepier and creepier as the years go on, especially if you don't know that it's been debunked. Because, these days, who plays with marbles?
Be right back.
Sure. And secondly, when you hear the sound, immediately you think to yourself, oh, creepy kid. And if you're thinking of creepy kids, like creepy kids in and of themselves are just freaky and everything. But yeah, like in terms of Singaporean urban legends, the sound of marbles coming from upstairs, that one is definitely my favorite. I don't think I've ever heard of the snake human hybrid from Philippines. Like I said, I'm gonna go check that one out. But yeah. While Carl's away, I'm gonna steal his mouse and highlight some of your comments here. Shannon, you said personally Incredible Tales was amazing for me. It had me hooked to horror, and till now I rewatched episodes. I really want to rewatch the episodes. There's a whole bunch of horror stuff that I want to watch. but I try to steer clear of Southeast Asian horror where like most of the time these days because I'm writing ghost maps, so I don't want to accidentally get influenced by them. I think the most recent Southeast Asian horror, quote unquote horror movie that I watched, and I think it's definitely not new, was is it Where Here Got Ghosts, the Malaysian one?
Yeah, Here Got Ghosts.
Here Got Ghosts.
Oh, I
yeah.
love it, man.
I love that one. I never seen it before. I was on Netflix, so I watched that. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm back. No, I just went to
No,
get something very, very important.
Our
Gotta hear the sound, man.
come on.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure there's a version of ASMR that involves beer. Or the
Yep.
sound of cans opening.
Okay, so I was searching something before I went to get the beer. It's something to do with the school, right?
Yeah.
It's a continuation. So many years ago, I was super into urban exploration, and there's this place in Singapore called Braddell. There was an abandoned school, so we went in there.
Can pass by that one, yeah.
And it now is facing a major highway,
Yeah.
right? So it's really torn down. So I went into that school in Braddell, and I stared into, and a lot of it is sealed and locked by metal gates. So I stared into the hall, the main hall, and guess what I saw? I saw a noose. A freaking noose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw a noose. Yeah. Wait. Wayne's come back. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got stuff to add to this.
So I saw the noose in front of the hall where people gather for like announcements by the principal or whatever, in the middle of the hall. So something happened, right? And then when I saw it, my friends saw it, were like, okay, nope.
I have a story about a noose, and I won't say.
Okay.
I won't say where it is or what exactly me and a couple of friends were doing on there, but basically abandoned place, unoccupied, and passing by a whole bunch of rooms, and we saw a noose hanging in the middle of one of those rooms, and there were three of us, like me and two friends. Me and one of those friends knew, hey, noose, and another friend clearly didn't realize that it was a noose, and I don't know what he thought it was, but then he like leapt up and then just started swinging from the thing, and we were like, get down from there, what is wrong with you? Thankfully nothing happened to that friend, but also at the same time, yeah, every time we see something that looks even remotely like a noose, we're like, no.
Yeah. So for our friends who don't know, a noose is actually the knot that you use to hang yourself, right? So usually it means that someone has hanged him or herself lah.
Yeah.
So in some cultures, specifically the Taoist culture, from what I read, and portrayed in some of their horror films, is that if someone committed suicide by hanging, the noose must be destroyed. If not, the evil spirit will come back to find a replacement. So I have one simple question: is why is the noose not destroyed? Or is it in other cultures or in other beliefs that the noose must be kept to contain whatever is inside? It's kind of contradictory, but the Taoist culture is to just burn it and scatter the ashes in the sea. So there's no way that the evil spirit can come back to take another body.
Huh. Okay.
So that's one thing that's quite interesting about that. Yeah. So let us know if you have any other explanations. Yeah. So. Oh man,
we have way.
Okay, so sorry, we missed your story. So Lost in Malaysia says that he was sitting at his desk one night, and he heard his mate calling him, to come help him in the backyard. And when he went there, turns out there was no one, and the mate was in Indonesia for holiday. Somebody got a case of the doppelganger.
Yeah, I can't remember whether I've said this before, but I really like the one of
He's
the things
terrified of doppelgangers.
Yeah, one of the things that creeps me out the most is just doppelgangers. Just this idea of that dark version, like the creepy version of yourself that's supposed to be some kind of ominous sign of something terrible happening to you. Like it being a sign of something terrible happening to you, that's bad already. But just this idea of seeing a version of yourself, that creeps me out, man.
I have a really creepy but heartwarming, I just told him the other day, story of a doppelganger, but I'm going to share it now because we're going to turn it into an episode of Ghost Maps. once the episode comes out, then I'll share with you guys. It's
Yeah.
actually a personal story.
Yeah.
Yep. So moving on. So Dennis was saying that
Yeah, the snake thing.
It sounds like
yes,
it sounds like a shifty version of an orang minyak.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the orang minyak is, shifty is a very nice way to describe the orang minyak. But yeah.
So Shannon says that personally he feels that the Incredible Tales was amazing. For him,
Yeah,
he got him to. No, we all have to start somewhere,
Yeah.
right? For me, I started horror from True Singapore Ghost Stories, and some of the other horror fans, they were like, "Oh, my God, you guys are so vanilla, right?" But to each his own, right? I don't think there is there is any judgment there. I feel like as long as we all end up in the same place, we're all not talking about horror.
Hang on.
More than
You're always doing shameless stuff. So now I mean, I say you as if I don't do it, but it's my turn to do some shameless stuff. Everybody's horror journey starts in different places, and that's completely fine. You find your horror.
It's coming.
You'll find your horror wherever you find your horror, and there's different kinds of horror. There's atmospheric horror. There's jump scares. There's creepiness, and as long as you enjoy these stories and it adds something to life, that's great. And everybody's journey starts from different places. As long as your journey leads you to ghost maps, I think we're all good.
Yep. Yeah. So Nokia says that. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce that.
Makam gantung ini Blitar, Indonesia.
Blitar.
Yeah, I definitely mispronouncing all this, but yeah.
Yeah.
The body buried there has Pankosana magic that will resurrect or heal any wound the owner had as long as it touched the ground. Huh.
Interesting. I mean, it's all in Bahasa,
Oh, I'm sure we will find translation eventually, but yeah.
but apparently it's in a.
Yeah,
Is
so
it
like
a grave?
see that's the thing. Like all these urban legends are wonderful, and we've clearly never heard of them because then suddenly we're like, "Whoa, interesting!" And then we have to remember, "Oh wait, we're doing a show right now, so let's not get lost in this because both of us are like,
Yeah, I mean, let us know if you guys like more of this because unfortunately Tony couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
So and we also don't want to let you guys down for every 13, so we will go live every 13.
oh yeah."
Yeah, so today you're stuck with us for now.
I mean, who's tired of our shamelessness?
Yeah.
No, I want to. Can we highlight Shadan's comment? Oh, buddy. There have been many episodes where I thought to myself, "Oh, this episode's gonna end really abruptly pretty soon." But yeah, no, I'm not insulting them.
So we record. Just so you know, we're recording at my place. So my place, as far as I'm concerned, is clean, and this is my office that I work out of daily. So I'm good. But at the other office that we record dead air with other guests on, that one have something lah. Yeah. So, but you see the amount of work that we put you guys on, knowingly that place is so haunted, we still go there and record because we want to make good production quality. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be shameless about it, we also do have a couple of episodes of Ghost Maps that take place in office, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I off the top of my head, I can think of at least 2. So So go check those out.
So Yenny says that the whole team actually saw a pair of feet walk into the back room office, and when you checked, when he or she checked, that room was empty, all 40 of us. Question, day or night? And secondly, why did you check it? Why you?
I mean, like, wouldn't you? I would.
I would at least bring someone.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't check it alone. And if it was the day, I still wouldn't check it alone. But I would want to know. So, yeah.
Yep. Shannon says that it's very good for marketing if the podcast just ends like that.
Yeah, assuming that we're back next week.
Yeah, assuming we're back
with new episodes of Ghost Maps. By the way, we probably should have filmed this much earlier, but tomorrow, is it tomorrow?
It's
new
tomorrow.
Episode? Yes.
Tomorrow has a new episode of Ghost Maps.
New episode of Ghost Maps tomorrow.
Recorded, ready to go. So, yep.
All right.
Continue. Yenny says that the night guard saw a head floating at the escalator of the bank. Interesting. What was the... I presume that the bank is still around because you clearly try not to mention the name, right?
Yeah.
So, I wonder how old is that building itself. There's
Yeah.
always a reason for an entity to exist. Unless it's demonic, right? I mean, demonic presence, they don't need a reason. They just want to destroy or, corrupt. But
I'll mess with you. Yeah.
for spirits that used to be human, there's always a reason.
Yeah. I'm not trying to shift this and go, hey, ghost maps, but we did actually do an episode of ghost maps where there was a floating head in the office, and like we always say that we'll add our own storytelling flourishes to the stories that people relate to us and to make them ghost maps episodes. But that floating head in the office area, that particular part, I remember we kept that part from the original story. So yeah, it was a story from Singapore. So yeah, floating head in the office. Thankfully, I've never encountered anything. Well, I've never encountered floating heads in an office. That's for sure.
Remotely, yeah. So Mehan says that the friend who is in the Coast Guard, fish out, people who drown dead bodies lah.
Oh man,
at least every week. Oh, that's a really
crap.
I mean, it's not for everyone, but some people are meant to do it because it is a noble task, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I feel like salute,
respect
respect,
to
man.
that guy, man.
Respect.
And I hope he's doing okay.
So Shannon says back to school. His old secondary school, Northview now closed down. Okay, I know. I know.
Okay.
Saw a female spirit hanging on a tree during a camp. Wow.
I've heard that. See, that's the thing.
Like hanging, like Batman hanging.
Well, I'm quite sure it's not Batman hanging lah.
No, like a bat that's hanging.
Oh, okay,
or like
okay.
hanging,
Yeah.
Because there's two connotations. One is woo, look at my power. One is like I'm so dead. Right?
So deep.
It's two different vibes that you're going for.
Yeah. But yeah. No, well, that's the thing. Schools, I noticed, tend to have a lot of urban legends. I don't know whether it's still a thing where, secondary and primary, mostly secondary schools have all these urban legends and the stories of hauntings and everything. But I noticed like most schools had, or at least when I was younger, most schools had them.
Yeah. So, Mehan says that she lives in an area where 4 children were murdered in the 70s, and that one I can confirm. She mentioned it the other time when she was on our show. Yeah. No, it's creepy. Even till now, Okay, so set some context. I stay in a very, very new apartment. Just built only. I just moved in a couple of months ago. And I started hearing marble sounds. Yep.
Yeah, but
I heard it last night actually.
Yeah, like I was saying.
So concrete expansion.
Yes, that's
right?
Yeah.
And actually yesterday, Singapore actually experienced one of the hottest nights ever. 30 degrees. I mean, it's very hot lah. It's really, really hot lah. Cannot stand it. So yeah, I'm not surprised that there's some things on you, but it still scares you.
Yeah.
You know the logic, but it still scares you.
No, that's why I was saying it's still my favorite. Like, it's still my favorite urban legend in Singapore. Just generally this whole like marbles upstairs kind of thing. There's reasons for it. We all know there's reasons for it. It's been debunked and everything, but it's still creepy as all hell. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So Here Got Ghost is amazing. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I found the movie, right?
Yeah.
But if you do have some time, Singaporean filmmaker pride, check out The Maid. You will not get disappointed.
Okay.
Yep, I love that movie. Yep. Sebastian says that his favorite true Singapore ghost stories, Russell Lee. Russell Lee or Angsana Publishing, you're reading this, please. Open invitation to come on our show. We'll pimp whatever you want us to pimp. I just want to have a conversation with Russell Lee, the man who inspired ghost maps through Southeast Asian horror. See? Through Southeast Asian horror, through Singapore ghost story. You see the similarities? Exactly, my friend. Did you guys see, Gil Chong said that, did you guys see the mysterious knocking on door in Malaysia in 2020. There's a video on you, doesn't look weird. That was quite creepy.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, now I got a win, so I'm not that scared.
We have a reputation here. You're the brave one.
Yes, I'm the brave one.
Anyway,
Oh my god, it even has like the...
Are you gonna play it now?
Yeah lah.
Can they can't see it, right?
They can.
Can they?
They can.
Okay.
If I want to.
Ooh, it sounds so ominous.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay guys, I'm gonna like... I'm gonna like start sharing our screens. Alright. I hope I don't regret this. Okay. Let's see.
I'll put it full screen first.
No need lah.
We got some stuff we don't want to see yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna share our screen. You guys can see this, right? Is this the one?
Well, literally.
It seems like that.
I guess.
I think my mic, my... Wait.
I don't know if they can hear the sound or anything.
Oh, yeah, Gil says that that's the one.
All right.
Wait, let me unshare this.
I should keep talking, if not we're literally having dead air. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like you can see the thing shake.
What, the door?
Yeah, can't you see like the glass shaking?
Oh, yeah.
At this very moment.
Well, I don't think that we'll need to fix that. That's fine.
Oh my god. Okay, let's watch that again. We don't have sound now because the speaker is not working. But so the guy,
This guy certainly seems convinced of something there.
yeah, he's just like chilling, and then he's like just standing there, either reciting a prayer or...
Oh, I see it.
Do you see like the shit?
Yeah. I mean,
Man.
see that, okay,
Yep.
that was just the phone. That wasn't the door knocking. See, that brings up like an interesting thing also. Like,
Yep.
do we have any more modern urban legends going around? Because like with cell phones and with handphones and all that, like you know, it's so much easier to capture stuff on video that we don't really see the urban legends spreading around as much.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they are urban legends now. You know, like the whole like there was even in the 2000 in the digital era there were like email threads, right? Send this to 10 people, if not you're cursed, right?
I mean, those are those are
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I feel like with technology we are able to capture much more things.
exactly yeah.
Much more things.
Yeah.
There's like this whole collection of like baby monitors that capture weird things at night.
That's true.
So I think it's different. It's a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. So, Madam Gatong, makam gantong equals hanging grave. Yeah. So Yenli says that, I guess he was the braver one. He didn't walk in. The team was behind him. He just stood at the doorway.
I mean,
Man.
no, but still, I mean, look, if there wasn't anybody else around with me, I wouldn't be opening any doors. I just leave.
Yep.
Yeah, even at like 7 p.m. Nope, forget it. Sun's gone down. Forget it.
Thanks for the support, man. Yep.
Thanks,
definitely watching the new episode as it goes up. Yep. Yeah. So it's still. He says that it's still the bank. According to his mom, it's an old building. Even tea lady won't go out until there's someone there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a very smart tea lady, that one.
Yeah. And then his ex-boss says that if you don't bother them, they will leave you alone. That didn't help. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Chan said that not Batman, more like grabs on the yeah, he's talking about like the female ghost that hanging from the tree, right? Yeah. Then again, she a bit xiao. Yep. Yep. So, the man is so brave, right? He's standing there, just now the video, and he's just chilling there. Like, reminds me of my dad. Like, you met my dad, right?
Yeah.
Fearless, not scared of ghosts, one.
Oh, the guy.
He will do that. He will do that. I'm sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if that happened, right, I would probably run. I'll run to another room and lock the door and play some, I don't know, like play some religious sites or something.
I mean, to be fair,
it's scary. Like, it
it's
could
creepy.
manipulate physical things.
It's creepy, but it also could potentially be the wind.
Oh, the wind is blowing one panel.
Possibly.
There's 3 panels of glass. Cannot be.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I thought you were the skeptic.
I am the skeptic, but the way the glass, the way it looked, you see, the way it shook, it looks like it's one panel, and it looks like it's one person. Like it's being hit on.
Yeah.
If it's wind, right, it will shake. This is impact. It's 2 different things. I mean, it's easy to judge here because we're watching a video. Yeah. But you see, the one thing that always makes me pissed off about paranormal videos is that the resolution will always be bad. Guys, it's 2021. We have 4K cameras on our phones. If you want to catch paranormal, it's pretty. So, my gripe about all these videos is that why is it so compressed? Even the worst phone has a 1080p camera, and it shouldn't look that bad. So,
can you tell which of us is the director?
Just saying, man. If it was back in like 2005, you're using a Nokia phone, right? Nokia phone. Then okay, fine. It's 360p. You upload to YouTube. That's a miracle on itself already, right?
Wait, hang on. Did you say 2000 what?
2005.
Were people still using Nokia phones back then?
Yeah, I was on Nokia phone.
I can't remember.
2005 had Engage. Remember Engage?
Very vaguely.
The PSP. You old the PSP phone that can play game, like kind of like PSP that can play games.
Vague recollection of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very creepy. Very, very creepy indeed.
Yeah.
So Chris is asking what's the best food there. I think you're on the wrong channel for this. But if you must ask food, I think you could ask the rest of the listeners because we Singaporeans do not have what our neighbors call good food. But I will stand by this till the day I die. We have really, really good chicken rice. Yeah, so if you're here for a holiday, come and have chicken rice. You will like it.
That has to be one of the best and most diplomatic answers we would give.
Exactly, yes. Right? I don't want to start a war here.
Yeah, no. We just love food. So everybody else, please jump in with your favorite food, sir.
Yeah. Cham Cham Teto. Cute name, by the way.
Thank you.
Have you watched Midnight Mass on Netflix? One of the best horror series recently. It's on my list. Yeah, I watch quite a bit of horror, so this is definitely on my list.
Yeah.
The thing about horror pieces for me is that I need to binge watch them, man. I can't just like watch one. I need to find time to watch all at one go in one weekend. So I'm like, you know the Legend of Sadako?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched it in one weekend. I just binge watched that shit.
Was it a series?
It was a series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a really weird horror series. It's still creepy. It's really weird. Time travel, alternate realities and stuff.
Yeah.
But I must say it's a pretty enjoyable horror series for me. As a Sadako fan lah.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, I haven't seen The Ring in ages, so I'm probably gonna have to rewatch that one first.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more comments from our lovely, lovely fans?
Yeah. So Chris wants to say that the video looks like bullshit. I think you are not wrong to some extent. It goes back to my statement, right? It's 2021, even 2020 itself. You have great phones. Even you use the worst phone that you have that you can buy, you can still shoot 720p. And 720p won't look like that on YouTube. No way. As someone who works in the video industry, I can tell you for sure. So, if people want to capture paranormal, it better be in 4K with the best resolution and just capture. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on this. Hating on video resolutions and all.
Yes, that's what you get from Dead Air. You tune in, you get us shamelessly promoting, and you also get talk about video resolutions now. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Carl, you still haven't answered the question.
What?
What's your favorite Singaporean urban legend?
That's a very, very tough one. What's yours?
The marbles.
Okay, the mouse.
Yeah. This whole time he's just been delaying because he can't figure out what's his favorite urban.
Actually, yeah, I really cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, Keropok Auntie.
Yeah, that definitely
I
qualifies.
love Keropok
Oh,
Auntie.
okay. No, that's a really good one because that definitely qualifies as urban legend for sure.
Yeah. No, because I was like balancing between the lady who gives you who boards on taxis and then pays you in like hell no. I thought that was pretty classic. But yeah. Keropok Auntie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Keropok Makcik lah. So for our, I don't know, for Malaysian friends and Indonesian friends, have you guys heard Keropok Makcik? Keropok, for our non Bahasa speaking friends, basically means Keropok is cracker auntie, cracker lady.
Yeah.
Basically an old lady who goes around apartments in Singapore to sell you
Fish crackers, prawn
fish or prawn crackers.
Yeah.
And then she will scare you into buying, and then she'll kill you somehow. So there's two versions. One version is where you are always alone at night, right?
Yeah.
And then she will come in and then knock on your door and say, "Hey, I wanna sell you some crackers, some prawn or fish crackers." And then you'll be like, "No, I don't want any." Then she will scare you, say, "Oh, are you alone? Because I saw someone inside the inside your bedroom or something." And then you will feel afraid, right? So you feel obliged to get her in. And the moment you open the door, let her in, she will unleash her Miss P to attack you, and then you die.
Two Miss B's, right?
One. For this one is one.
Okay.
Then the second version is she still tries to sell you, you refuse, and then she unleashes two Miss B's that she owns behind her to attack you. There was this whole in fact, it spread through the 2010s. There was a Facebook thread, sightings of the Keropok Makcik coming from JB to Singapore and attacking certain parts of Singapore, then to Bedok, Tampines. Yeah. So it was a phenomenon for a while. So I must say that genuinely, I don't believe it. Honestly, I don't believe it. I think it's just a threat. It's one of those threat things. But it's very creative.
Yeah. I mean,
because nobody sells Keropok door to door these days. I don't even see Yakult lady these days. So you don't tell me about Keropok lady.
I used to have an auntie sell eggs to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not happening anymore, right?
No. Well, I mean, now obviously not with
no.
COVID, but like up till like 2019, auntie used to come by my flat to sell us eggs. So, I guess it could still be a thing, but
Yep.
yeah, no, that's a really good one. I actually do like that urban legend.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, if anybody knows how long that's been going on, because I only heard it, probably 2000s, I guess. Yeah.
Dude, Wayne.
I don't remember hearing that when I was a kid.
So Yan Li says that, heard of her, never heard of her back in Malaysia. Only heard of her recently. Yeah. So I figured that it's a Singaporean thing.
Yeah, I suspect it is.
It could be.
Yeah. Also, like, maybe it's supposed to play on the whole idea that we were like, in flats and everything, so it's easier for the auntie to go around knocking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think certain stories only work in apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sebastian says that never come across Keropok auntie but Keropok uncle. Do share, right? Yeah. So
nice.
So Chris said, brought up on Wayne would love this. Brought up on Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and NESA. Your generation.
Okay. First of all, that is such an oversimplification. Yes, I like Halloween. I like Halloween more than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but hey, I played Sega. I didn't play Nintendo. Well, I played some Nintendo, but I was mostly playing Sega.
I'm more of a Jason guy, so Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's the thing. This might be a whole separate episode in and of itself. I was never much of the Jason Voorhees kind of guy.
I love Jason Voorhees.
And for me, it was always like if you're looking at that, like for me, top tier is Leatherface and actually for me, top tier honestly is Michael Myers more than anything else.
Yep.
The fictional killer, not the actor who played Austin Powers. Always have to specify that one. But for me, like, wherever you would rank them, Jason Voorhees always sat just under Freddy Krueger for me. At least Freddy Krueger was much more entertaining. But that's just me. And that's a whole separate topic altogether. But yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah. With that, let's wrap up. Let's read out some of the comments. Last few comments. So wow, Shana is inviting us. You want to read this?
On 13th December, if y'all gonna do a dead air like this with no guests, would y'all want to do a live with me as a guest through Teams or Zoom or Skype or whatever? Uni break, I would love to join y'all and talk. I don't think we've ever had listeners on the show as guests. It might be something we may eventually do.
It is interesting. So tell you what, go to hantu.sg/contact and drop us a contact form. We'll take it from there. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be something.
Yeah.
Do we wanna
No. So Chris just says that he wants to talk to us.
Oh, that's nice.
And he agrees. I believe it's your statement.
Oh, Michael Myers? Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're a smart guy, Chris.
So you're saying I'm stupid. So
I didn't say that.
here's my to end tonight, right?
Yeah.
Here's my ranking: Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and then
Leatherface?
no.
Freddy Krueger?
Then Leatherface. I don't know. I've always felt that killing someone with a chainsaw is such a heavy thing. I like the whole stabby feeling. You know what I mean? Stabby, slashy feeling.
So you're okay. So let me get this straight. Your reason for not ranking Leatherface
it's because he used a chainsaw.
is because he's not practical.
Yeah, pretty much. It's too heavy and too loud.
I mean, Freddy Krueger has to go into your dreams.
That's why he's number 3. Michael Myers, kitchen knife. You can't really kill someone with a kitchen knife.
Here's another.
I mean, you can, but it's not effective.
Here's another reason for me why Jason Voorhees doesn't rank as high.
Okay.
He was overshadowed by his mother first.
Fine. The mother is crazy, right?
Well, the mother is seeking revenge, but she kind of did it first. So it's like, yeah, your mom did better, dude.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
I hope you guys are entertained. Do join us for the next episode. And now
Every
we're gonna
13th of the month?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up. Let's
All
go.
right. Time for me to do my usual call to action.
Yes.
All right. New episodes of Ghost Maps go online every second and fourth Thursday of the month on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and all major platforms. To make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe now and follow us on social media at We Are HANTU. That's one word, WEAREHANTU. I'm going to just insert one more thing down here. Closing time, the very first short film by the guys that brought you Ghost Maps, will be part of the Kota Kinabalu International Film Festival. You can watch it online on the 15th and 16th of October. The link will be in our social media, so you can click from there. If you would like to share your own stories that could inspire future episodes of Ghost Maps, you can reach us through the contact form on hantu.sg or message us directly through Facebook and Instagram. You can also buy our official merchandise like t-shirts, tote bags, masks on Redbubble, or be one of our supporters on Patreon. Search for We Are Hantu. Again, that's one word, WeAreHantu. I'm getting much better at spelling that out loud. Shall we do a sign off now?
And lastly,
on a 1, then a 2, and a 3. And remember, just because they're stories, it doesn't mean they're not true.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.